Alright, final leg. We are back here. The Rome Diamond League just went down all the way out in Rome, Italy. We saw some amazing performances. Last week we had the Stockholm Diamond League. The weather took back from some of the performances that we were expecting, but Rome really performed. Let's jump into some of these highlights. First off, in the 200 meters, we had Noha Lyles versus Michael Norman. A really big head-to-head matchup. We had Noha Lyles running a personal best in the 100 meters not too long ago. We also had Michael Norman running a personal best in the 400 and the 200 meters. Lyles, of course, is the most dominant 200-meter runner as of recent. Last season, he managed to run sub 19.7 seconds 4 times with a best of 19.65. This time, though, Norman managed to get the best of him. They came off the curve. Norman was ahead. Running to the end, Lyles came up a little close to him, but he wasn't able to get him. Norman came away with the win, 19.70 seconds. Lyles came second in 19.72. That's a personal best for Michael Norman, a world-leading performance as well. So really strong performances from both these guys. Norman, as of now, is only going to be on the 400 meters, and then Lyles, as of now, is only going to be in the 200 meters when we get to Doha. But likely we're going to see a lot more matchups from both these guys as the season progresses, and we'll see where things go. There's a couple other guys in the 200 meters that may factor in, but I think Lyles is definitely the front runner. But this was a really great performance from Norman, getting that world lead in 19.7 seconds. Next up, in the women's 100 meters, a huge performance from Elaine Thompson of Jamaica. She managed to win the 100 meters in 10.89 seconds. Huge performance. This is one of her best runs since 2017, so it's been a long time coming. She's been a little inconsistent in both the 100 meters and the 200, but this is showing that she's really going to be stepping back and getting back on her feet. She managed to beat out a couple athletes like Dina Asher-Smith, Aaliyah Hobbs, Marie-Jose Talu, so a lot of competition was in this field. This is showing that Thompson is getting back on her feet and she's going to be on the right track as we go towards Doha. Of course, we didn't have some other athletes like Tori Bowie, we didn't have Daphne Skippers or Muriel Ohure. Tori Bowie and Ohure are going to be running next weekend in Boston, so look out for that. But this is a huge performance from Thompson. This is going to be a really strong indicator. Hopefully she's going to be getting back on her feet and on a path towards potentially going for that 100-meter gold. Now, next up in the men's 400-meter hurdles, we had Rai Benjamin. Of course, he's the third fastest 400-meter hurdle runner of all time, just behind Samba and of course behind the world record of Kevin Young back in 1992. Samba wasn't in this race, but Benjamin, he managed to win in 47.58. No competition, all by himself. This is his second fastest run that he's ever had, just behind that 47.02 from last year. We're going to see something really special. Of course, we saw him go head-to-head with Samba not too long ago, where Samba took the win and then Benjamin came second, but this is showing that Benjamin's really progressing. Of course, we see Samba progressing, and once we get all these guys together, of course, we have Warholm as well as McMaster. We are going to see something really special. Keep a lookout for Benjamin, Samba, Warholm, and McMaster in that men's 400-meter hurdles. Now, in the women's long jump, we had Malaika Mihambo from Germany. She's been really consistent, dominated a lot of long jump meets last year, winning the European Championships. She managed to jump a huge personal best and world lead of 7.07 meters. Again, personal best, world lead. That's actually the farthest jump that we've seen since 2017. So this is a really strong precedence for her. She beat out one of the most dominant long jumpers in history in Brittany Reese. So this is going to show that she's ready to really contend for a medal going into Doha later this year. Of course, there's going to be a lot of competition going in, but Mihambo is really going to be one of the top contenders. So look out for their women's long jump. Now, in the women's 1500 meters, we had a really stacked field. Genzebe Dibaba managed to come away with the win, 356.28. Really strong world-leading performance. She's really been inconsistent over the past couple years, but this shows that she is still capable of really taking down some top talent. We had Laura Mule right behind her. We had Tessegay right behind her as well, Jenny Simpson. So a really strong field. Dibaba is really showing that she can stay consistent, and we're going to see how things go when we get to those championships. Of course, she hasn't shown some great form in championships since 2015, at least outdoors. She's been really good indoors, so hopefully she can keep things together and go for a gold medal, potentially getting back on that podium in Doha. Now, in the men's 800 meters, we had Donovan Brazier going up against Nigel Amos. It came down to the wire. In that finish, we had Donovan Brazier take the win in 143.63, a world-leading performance, just 0.02 of a second ahead of Amos. It was really close at the line. Really great performance. Of course, we had some other athletes in that field, but this is showing that Brazier is really getting consistent. He had a great indoor season. Beating out Amos is a huge accomplishment, so we're going to see when it gets to those USA Championships if he's going to be able to make that team and then go on to Doha and potentially medal there. So keep a lookout for Brazier as well as others in the men's 800 meters. Now, in the men's triple jump, we had Omar Craddock take the win in 17.50 meters. That's the second farthest jump that he's had this year. He actually jumped his personal best, which is the world leader of 17.68 meters earlier in this season. So he's having a really great season. He managed to beat out Pedro Pablo Picardo from Portugal, who really is one of the greatest triple jumpers we've ever seen. Unfortunately, we didn't have Will Clay or Christian Taylor in the meet because of some controversy around that, but Omar Craddock is showing that he's getting really consistent, and he's hopefully going to contend for a medal when we get to Doha later on this year. Alright, so those are just some of the highlights from the Rome Diamond League that went down today. Of course, there's some other great results. Make sure you guys check out the results online. We're going to be back again. The NCAA championships are going on right now. We just had the men's prelims yesterday. We had the women's prelims today, and then we're going to have the men's finals and the women's finals over the next 2 days. So keep a lookout for a recap from there. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys leave a comment on what your favorite performance from the Rome Diamond League was. And again, we'll be back again very soon. Thanks.